Joe wants to interview our next guest, or guests, plural, because there's a special reason. There's a special reason. I won't say another word. The microphone is yours, Joe.
What's the special reason? You are funny.
Well, you have a connection to our next guest.
Of course.
A strong connection, right?
So we'd love to introduce one of the most beautiful, toughest courses in Central New York. And I know, Perry, the wow factor's been coming out with people coming in, not only locally, but around New York State. So we have our club professional, Dennis Estes, from the Cavalry, and Jeff Mensch, the superintendent who gets it done, Perry.
Oh, both of them?
Both of them. Morning, guys.
Good morning. How you doing, fellas? Good morning, gentlemen.
What's going on? So listen, when Perry starts telling me, I'm hearing good things about the Cavalry. I mean, Jeff, congratulations. I know it's been a year and a half. Let's start with you. The contours, the greens. Of course, our members have noticed it, but what's behind the scenes that's going on in your mind that's making this good change?
Well, it's been about a year, when I got here, this place just needed some detail work, right? I mean, the renovation went through a couple of years ago, and it usually takes a year or two or three or even more to get those renovations to grow in and fill in and kind of look how they're supposed to look. So with the support of the board, the management staff here, and of course my staff, we've done a pretty good job of kind of getting the golf course back to where it should be after the renovation.
Well, Jeff, this is Perry Noun. I want to tell you that I am super impressed with what the architect did with everything, and the bunkering and the shaping of the bunkers is first class, but you still need to have the horse on the ground to take care of that grass. We don't exactly have cows out there eating that grass, so those mowers have to do their job, but somebody has to know how to use those mowers. Congratulations. There was a wonderful day we had out there. I played with Joe and Gomez and Mike Lindsley, and we didn't do very well on your putting greens. We only made one putt. On 17 putts we had, only made one to finish off the round, which was horrible. But there is one other thing. So congratulations to Jeff, but you also have a relatively new pro there, Joe. And I have not seen a pro shop that well stocked in terms of square footage for a long, long time. And so congratulations to Dennis. Dennis Estes, the head golf professional. How are you doing, Dennis?
Oh, doing great. I appreciate all of the kind words there. It's a lot of fun for me. I mean, merchandising has always been a passion. It's one of those things, you got to have it to sell it. And if you're passionate about things like clubs and clothing and, looking the part and elevating the experience of your golfers, then, that lends itself hand in hand, and it's easy to do. We've got a really supportive membership too, and that certainly helps turn things over and keep that process going.
Here is the most important thing for me when I go into a pro shop, because when I go in, my eyes are all over. I'm scanning because I've been in the pro shops that win Merchandiser of the Year. I know what stock means. I know how important square footage is. If you had an extra 6 square feet, you would know what to do with it. It's that important, just lousy 6 square feet. However, I have never seen an area in a pro shop designated for a certain specific reason, and I've never seen more product in that area than I have in any pro shop I've ever been in. Dennis has the largest display of demo clubs I have ever seen. Congratulations, Dennis. People like to try those clubs. What? You have everything there, Dennis.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have it to sell it, right? And guys in today's world have to hit it, have to try it. You can fit them, but you got to have buy-in, right? So, I mean, them being able to take it with their club out on the course and say, okay, that driver legitimately goes further. It's not just what a TrackMan's telling me, or those irons go higher, they stop quicker. Great, I see it, I believe it. Now I'm going to make that purchase and invest in my game that way. So It's something that you got to have. if you want to sell a ton of hard goods. And I certainly want to give them every reason I can not to go to the big box stores and support their pro and stay local here. So it works out for everybody.
Yeah, that's where we do all our shopping, Perry, right?
Yes.
All the birthdays, Christmas.
Of course.
You know, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Although Dennis knows I wait for, maybe the fall sale.
Well, there's a big Labor Day sale going on this weekend, Joe.
You're the man.
Wait a minute. What kind of a sale? What do you mean? Merchandise or apparel or accessories?
So it's the perfect time of year to kind of flip the clothing over because all the fall stuff starting to show up. So I'm doing buy one, get one 50 off on all of the apparel in the shop this weekend.
Oh, wow.
You
You
mean,
mean,
Perry.
can anybody go out there?
Yeah, so the club and the golf course is private, but my shop is open for business to anyone that wants to come in. We're happy to do club fittings. We're happy to sell you clothing. We have pretty much everything in golf in there. Come check us out.
Perry, you just mentioned my name. Don't worry.
Oh.
So
I'm going to come out to the
Dennis,
demo club, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, he's great about demos. I
I
think
know.
guys use demos all summer out there until you got to buy them. Dennis, why don't you chat briefly about what we have going on for the fall initiative? And I always get confused with that, but I'd rather defer it to the pro.
Yeah, so we're not really reinventing the wheel here, but it's an awesome program where we started it August 1st. You pay your dues for 2025. You can play the rest of this year for free. So you're basically getting a bonus 3-4 months of golf for paying those 25 dues, coming in to play what we believe to be one of the best golf courses in the area. So anyone that's interested in membership or checking out the Cavalry Club, we certainly encourage you to reach out to us. I can be a contact there, DSTs, DESTES at PGA.com. We certainly would love to add a few more to our roster here. With the work that Jeff's doing, this place has never looked better. So
Yeah, well,
if
speaking,
in the market.
Speaking of Jeff, let's get Jeff back in this conversation.
Oh, here comes a question.
That's not a question. I don't know what it is. I have to ask him. There has to be a plan. When you get on your greens, it's like a plan on the tee, a plan from your approach shot, a plan from a bunker. You have to look at the lie. You have to look at things to determine what you really want to do with the ball, the weather, the wind. That's all. That's all has to be processed. Jeff, if you had to give amateur golfers, let's say a stroke saver this weekend when they're putting greens, especially those that are, no, let's just focus on Cavalry.
Okay.
An amateur golfer playing Cavalry, how could a member save one shot on the greens this weekend? What advice would you give them to save at least one shot on the greens when they play their round of golf? What would it be?
Well, funny you should ask. We had the pleasure of playing yesterday afternoon. It was Dennis Estes, myself, our architect, Dave Ferris, up from Florida for the week, as well as our Greens Committee Chairman, Matt Marco. And we were able to play 18 holes yesterday afternoon. And I actually hit it pretty good. But these greens here at the Cavalry Club, from the original design of Wilson and Lee, they all have a little bump in the middle of them, right? And I haven't played a lot of golf here, but that bump in the middle of the green really, really can be a little nuisance here or there when it comes to reading greens and reading putts. I do think that if you're away from that little bump here at the Cavalry Club, they're straighter than you think. And once again, I've only played here a limited amount of time, and I've done a lot of work on the greens with mowing and cutting cups and rolling, but I haven't played or putted as much as some of these members here. Right, Joe?
You're right.
Bingo. That was it. There's a bump.
You've seen it.
There's a bump in the
I've
center of
seen
the
them.
green, and he said the putts run straighter. You know what?
We all overread that place. Even me. 20
Yes,
years.
that's what I do. No putt is perfectly straight to me. There's always something. It slides. I call it a slide, not even a break.
Yes.
You got to factor that in. Now you tell me. And by the way, the word that you used was not appropriate, and I wanted to mention it to you. What did you call it? You said it was the degree of difficulty. What did you call the greens, Jeff?
They're big, right? I'm not sure what you're asking me.
Well, okay. They're nasty. You were more polite. They're nasty, is what they are.
Well, Perry, this means I got to invite you back next year.
Hey, listen, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure having you on Tea Time with the Pronoun. I'm looking forward to coming out and play again to get that disastrous round I had there with the other three horses.
Yeah,
I'm a pony now. I'm a pony now, Joe. I'm
You're
not
a
a
pony.
horse.
I
You're
love it.
supposed to be the horse.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
Perry.
guys, have a great weekend.